Oh, it's gonna fall. Can't find a place to set this down, so I'm just gonna hold it. Hey, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my video. My name is Teal Korby. So it's been a while. I don't know how long it's been, but I have been sick. You'll notice in my voice, probably, and there might be a lot of like weird edits, so I can edit out my sniffling. I'm feeling a lot better. My COVID test was negative. Well, not detected. Yeah, and I've just been tired. But I am excited to get Inktober started, and that's what this video is going to be about. So let's get into it. Okay, so if you want to keep up to date on my videos, remember to subscribe. If you end up liking this video, drop a like. So let's get into it. Last year I did Inktober. I did a combination of the Inktober prompt list and the Obscutober prompt list by Nicholas Tower. I'll pop it over so you can see. But basically I combined the words. So there was one word for Inktober and one word for Obscutober. And if you don't know, Inktober is a yearly art challenge that happens every October. And basically it began as like a challenge to use ink every day in October, and it kind of has evolved into this like really big thing to just challenge yourself to make something every day in October. There's a ton of different lists, there's a ton of different formats. A lot of people are using whatever media they want, if they want to explore a new media, if they want to perfect a certain media. And the Inktober will come out with a list every year. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And Obscutober is by Nicholas Tower, and it's a list of obscure words. So that list was really fun for me because I like learning obscure words, and I like having obscure words in like my vocabulary. Not to show off, just like they're fun, almost like fun facts. So I would put the words together, so there would be one word and then another word, and I would just combine them, and I made something based off of that, and it was a lot of fun. But this year I am not doing the official Inktober because so Inktober is made by Jake Parker, and I've kind of always felt like I've had this like weird radar sense that something was not quite right about Jake Parker, and there was some like controversy last year, or I don't know when, about how he was coining the word Inktober so that artists couldn't profit off of it or something like that, or I don't know, some copyright thing. And then this year he is making this book, and apparently a lot of the book was directly copied from a black artist, which is not cool. It's not cool to do that of any artist. But then especially like this year, and you know, forever, just to plagiarize a black artist is just like, why? Like, you have all this success, you must be at least slightly intelligent. Why do you need to plagiarize? Like, it just, I don't know. So I'm not doing Inktober, not the official Inktober. I'm not using the hashtag Inktober. I think the title of this video will be the last thing that even mentions Inktober, because it, even though the vibe and the importance of Inktober to each individual artist is not tied to Jake Parker, I just don't want to. I'm just not going to. Like, it's not that important to me to use the hashtag Inktober. So, that being said, I want to tell you guys about what I'm doing for Inktober, and I'm so excited. But first, I want to show you guys what materials I used last year for Inktober, what I'll be using this year for what I'm going to call Facetober. And it's not going to be, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so like I said, I wanted to tell you guys what I used last year and what I'm doing differently this year. So last year I used brushes. I believe all the brushes that I used were these Dugato artist brushes. I just got them off of Amazon. They had really good reviews. I like them a lot. This year though, I have a really strong desire to use dip pens, and these are my favorite. So there's this one, which is a Leonard 33 England. I don't know what these things mean. And wow, this is hard to read. Hero Leonard number 800. So these are my two favorites. I like this one for really small things, and I like this one for a little bit more of the variances. And then these are just, I got these in a set, so these are the holders. I don't know what they're called or anything. And if you have never used dip pens, I just want to show you this because I didn't know this and it took a while for me to figure out, and I had to look up videos. But in order to put the nib into the nib holder, so if it looks like this, you put it like on the edge, so just like that. Oh. And then these guys are easier. It's just a circle. It's not focusing. You get the idea. It's just a circle. You put the circle in the circle. This was easy to figure out for me. And the other one, though, I did not know what I was doing. And as you can see displayed here, last year I used Canson XL watercolor paper. It's cheap. It's easy to get. I do not use it anymore. I don't like it. I got the opportunity to use some fancier paper. So now I just use this to make my prints for my Etsy shop because I really like how prints look on watercolor paper. There's just something not professional feeling enough on like matte photo paper unless I go and get the really expensive paper that I want to get eventually, but I just can't afford that right now. And then last year I used Dr. P.H. Martin's Black Star Waterproof India ink in matte. I really like it. I had no problems with it. However, when I've been recently using it, it's been drying out on my nib. Now I already cleaned my nib. Maybe I might be able to show you like a clip of it before it was clean or like while I was cleaning it. But the ink started drying out on the nib, so I couldn't draw. So I don't know if I ruined it, because it didn't used to dry that fast. So I don't know if I ruined it or if I was doing something wrong. Well, this doesn't even show. It shows for a technical pen, a brush, or airbrush, which I used brushes last year. So maybe I shouldn't have used it anyway. I don't know. But this year, I'm going to use Winsor Newton ink. It's in black. I'm just going to use black this year. Let's see. It says are suitable for use with stylus pens. Don't know what that means, but I've heard a lot of great things about this ink, so I'm going to try it out and see. And then this here, as far as paper, I'm going to use Bristol. I have never used Bristol before. I never understood it. Just the concept, certain concepts to me, I don't understand until I use them. And I just didn't understand it for so long, so I never used it. But it says specifically for pen and ink. I'm using a smooth Bristol. This is Strathmore, which I'm okay with. And I have 2 of these, so I have 40 sheets so that I can play with at least 9 of the sheets and see how it feels, which we'll do a little bit of playing today, I think. But I want to talk to you guys about my concept. So my concept is I want to focus on people who are trans and gender nonconforming, because it's very dear to my heart. A lot of people in my life who are trans or are gender nonconforming have been extremely important in my life and in how I treat people, and they're just amazing, you know. My partner is trans and they're amazing. I love drag queens. I love gay culture. There's just something so loving and so free and so like true to self about that community. I kind of don't know about my own self. I go by the pronouns she, her, they, or them. Lately I've been feeling a little bit more they, them, but I don't think about it too much, I guess, in terms of my own self. So I tried to reach out to people within my community, so people I know, but I kind of had to branch out a little bit further because I'm an introvert, guys. I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't make a lot of new friends. So I had to reach out a little bit further to more of like Instagram people that I follow, and then one amazing person gave me a whole list of people that I should include, and it was great. So I think I have about like 20, I think about 20 people participating. Ideally I would love to get 31, but I'm kind of tapped out and trying to reach out to people. So if by the time this video comes out you know anybody or yourself want to be involved, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram. But yeah, so I have about 20 people. I don't know if I have pictures for all 20 of those people yet, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get that. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on people for it because I don't want it to be stressful, you know? I'm going to change my battery real quick and then show you what I'm doing. Okay. Battery changed. So what I'm going to be doing is, so my concept is to, I want to dismantle the idea of facial features being gendered. That sounds like a really big thing. I know you can't like just stop something from happening, but I just think it's really interesting that like working with kids, you know, they are taught this concept of you are a girl, you are a boy. Girls have long eyelashes, boys have short hair, you know, all this nonsense. I try really hard at my job to like not do that and to kind of, you know, steer away from that. And but there's only so much I can do. It's not my daycare. but like for example, when if someone draws a woman, or there's a picture of a woman with no, if someone draws a woman with like long eyelashes, or like a girl, even a girl animal with eyelashes, and we ask like, how do you know that's a girl? And they're like, oh, they have long eyelashes. And I'm like, well, everybody has eyelashes, you know. And so I don't know, I like to challenge those little things while I'm at work. But anywho, that's what I'm trying to get at in what I'm going to be doing for Inktober. So what I've done is, let me find my example. What I have done is, okay, here's the one with my face. I did one with my face so I could show it to the people who I've asked so they can approve of it, because I know it might be uncomfortable for some people. So I have printed out a portrait of myself and of all these people who are going to be involved in the project, and I have cut out their faces, and I've cut them into pieces and rearranged them onto a paper to then use that as reference for the drawing for Inktober. And the reason I'm doing this is to pull it apart and kind of like drop gender from the conversation, you know, and just look at these pieces as, this is who this person is. This is how this person enjoys being like as themselves. This is how they like their eyes to look. This is how they like their mouth to look. This is how their face looks. This is how their hair looks. Just because that's how they like it to look. Not because, oh, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I'm non-binary, I'm this, I'm that. You know, I'm not good at explaining these things, but this is what I'm getting at. So this is the example that I showed to everybody for approval. And this kind of idea is based off of a painting that I did in college, which I'll pop up here because I don't know where it is in my house. I don't want to look for it. But basically, we were working on it's French. I don't know how to speak French. Here is the word. It's a style of painting where your reference is flat. So your reference is like papers, or like imagine like a cork board, or you know, things just taped, and it's nearly 2D, but it has some 3D aspects to it, like shadows, like drop shadows almost, or like little pieces of tape and things. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So these are my references. So I'm probably gonna put like, I want to see this shadow like when I draw. I might do some painting too, like with paintbrushes, just because I'm not very strong at line work yet, and I don't have much time to practice before starting the project. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm really excited. I hope this turns out as well as I'm hoping it will turn out. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's kind of like it's a really abstract concept and it's a bit conceptual, but that's what I kind of want to get back into. My entire schooling in college for my degree was conceptual, and that was really exciting for me. There's an airplane. I don't know if you guys can hear that. You probably can. I live 1 mile from an airport. It's not a busy airport, but it's an airport nonetheless. A couple of years ago, an airplane crashed on the highway right on this exit. Okay, it's gone. So yeah, so let's try out the ink together, and my now clean dip pens together, and the paper. See how it goes, see how it feels. Yes. Ooh. So it's in a glass bottle. I like that. I will save this when it's empty. This one I think is glass too. I might empty it and use it. Okay, let's see if it has a dropper. No. Okay. Good to know. And I don't know why, but smooth paper is really intimidating to me. A lot of people really rave about how the Winsor & Newton bottles are shaped so that it's like basically impossible to knock them over. I haven't knocked over any ink yet, but we did have a spill of gold leaf, which was in a bottle similar to this, but maybe a little bit taller. I'll show you guys that disaster. If you've never used dip pen before, I think you're supposed to dip like just above, I think these are called wells. You're supposed to dip just above these, not below them, but not past them. I'm not a pro at all. Okay, so it's not moving. There we go. Okay. It feels nice. I feel like there's a lot of ink coming out. Like the ink is very, very liquidy. But it also, I don't know, it feels nice. The lines are thicker than I'm used to this drawing, so maybe I will make more use out of the smaller nib. But I feel like I can get more of the range that this nib is supposed to give than I was getting with the other ink, which is interesting because I didn't realize that I wasn't getting the range that I was supposed to be getting. Yeah, I like this. This is good. I'm gonna try it with the brush. I want to do like an opacity test. Let's get some brushes out. I use Blue Heron brushes. They were recommended by Arlisha Yetzer. She is Arlie Bean on YouTube and on Instagram. She recommended them in one of her like a lot older videos, and it just stuck in my head. So once I had the opportunity to get them, I got them. And I love them. They're actually calligraphy brushes. Putting water on smooth paper feels really strange. It doesn't spread much, which I guess is good to know. Like, it doesn't feather. The other ink feathered a lot. I don't know if it's the paper though. It could be the paper that's making it not feather. Let's see what happens if we drop a drop of ink onto, just straight onto the paper. Let's do it here. Whew. Yeah, so it doesn't spread at all. I'm gonna try moving this blob of ink over with this nib. Yeah, this ink definitely like comes out more with the pens. It comes out more than it did with the Dr. P.H. Martins, but I love it. I love these lines I'm getting. Okay, there it goes. It's feathering a little bit now. When it's in the water, it seems to. But not even that much. Ooh, I am tearing the paper. Okay, let me not do that. Let me not tear the paper. So I feel like it would be beneficial to, if I want to do those shadows really smoothly, to mix the ink with water ahead of time and get the shade that I want, and then fill in that space with that pre-mixed ink. Huh. I think I'm gonna like this a lot. I'm really excited. Maybe maybe after Inktober I'll get some more colors of ink, and maybe I might be a Bristol person when it comes to ink. See if it will drip. It won't drip. It went sideways, but it won't drip again, I mean. Okay, yeah, I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think of my idea. If you like my video, remember to like. You want to see more, subscribe. I do plan on recording all of the inking. I don't know if I'll record all of the sketching, but we'll see. We'll see. Follow me on Instagram for more, for updates more often, more regular updates. And yeah, have an awesome day or evening, week, weekend, whatever it is, and see you next time, sunshines.